Wonder?
What's good, y'all? It's MJ, a grateful recovering alcoholic. Welcome back to the Heir-Apparent podcast. I have no idea what episode this is. I have not done this in a while, but sometimes life just be getting in the way. And every time that I thought that I should record a podcast, I didn't really feel like it. I can't lie. I didn't really feel like it. But I feel like recording one today. And yeah, I've been doing really, really well recently, man. I can't complain at all. I got an awesome girlfriend. My recovery, I just feel like I've hit such a stride with that. I don't feel like drinking at all. I'm really content with where I'm at, with where life's at. I just feel strong. I feel content. Yeah, not everything in life is perfect right now. Like, everybody's got shit going on. But overall, I'm happy, and I'm not letting the things that are trying right now get in the way of me being happy, which I used to do. And I used to drink over it. I feel good. I feel really good. So I don't really know what I really wanted to talk about today, so I'm just going to kind of see where this goes. Normally I have like a plan. I don't really have a plan today. I've been going to at least one meeting a week. Have not been hitting 3. Definitely haven't been hitting 3, but I haven't really felt the need to hit 3. I feel like at least one a week is really good for me, because that is just at least a refresher and a reminder of just how bad things were, how much worse they could be if I did go back to drinking, and why I feel so good right now and why life is going so good right now. And it's because I'm sober. It's because I'm attacking my recovery. Haven't really been talking to my sponsor very much. I don't know. I might be looking for a new sponsor, to be honest. Not that I don't love Ed. I really do. But I just think that, I just feel like I'm in a different place now than I was when I first came back into the rooms of AA. And I think that my goals have realigned a little bit in what I want in life. So, yeah, and it's nothing against him. I love him and I love everything he's done for me. He's awesome. He's an amazing person. Just a good man. And I'm always, appreciative of that. But I just think that in terms of like working the steps and everything with somebody, I might be looking for something a little bit different. So that's something that I'm, thinking about. I've had a song come out since I last did a podcast. It's called Miss Her. And it's available for streaming everywhere. Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, SoundCloud, Tidal. I don't fucking know. Whatever the fuck you guys use. Amazon. I don't know. I've been in connection with a manager who I've been kind of slacking on talking to recently, which I need to get back into that. I got hurt at work, so I've been on, out on workers' comp, FedEx, which I'm not complaining about, but at the same time, like, I'm bored sometimes, just being home. I'm looking for a new job, thinking about going back and finishing school. I don't know when I would do that, but probably soon. There's some things I got to take care of in order to make that happen, but and honestly, Maddie has been a big positive influence in my life recently. There's something to be said for the effect that the love of just a good, genuine woman can have on you as a man. And she's just been such a bright light in my life recently, and I'm so appreciative of her. All the support that she shows me. Just everything. So, Maddie, thank you for being my rock recently and being so encouraging and so positive, and just reminding me that I am enough, because Because there's been times in life I haven't felt that way. I didn't feel like I was enough for anybody. I didn't even feel like I was enough for myself. So, things have been going awesome with her. I'm 7 months sober, a little over 7 months sober now. Like I said, still going to meetings, still in my program twice a week. Shout out to my girl Mika over there at Summit. She's the best. Just had my individual therapy session with her earlier today. And, she's helped me so much. I can't, talk about my journey in recovery without giving a lot of credit to Mika and the folks over there at Summit Behavioral Health. They really, when I first tried getting sober, I went there, and that was a time, I'm 23 years old at the time. I'm fresh out of rehab. I didn't, I felt like I went to rehab as like an ultimatum. It wasn't even because I wanted to get sober. It's because everything in my life was falling apart, and I didn't really know what else to do. So I didn't really even know that I was an alcoholic at the time. And I put together about 8 months of sobriety. I'm now approaching the most sober time I've ever had. But anyway, I was putting together 7 months, 7.5, 8 months, and I just didn't know if that's what was I really an alcoholic, or did I just go through a rough stretch? And then the relapse happened, and that lasted for 6 months, and I was back to drinking a bottle of whiskey a day. All I was thinking about was alcohol. I was sacrificing myself and my relationships with everybody that I cared about for the booze. I'm an alcoholic through and through. I proved it to myself. If I didn't know before, I definitely know now. I cannot successfully drink alcohol without my life going into shambles. So, the good news is I don't have to go back to that if I don't want to. It's a choice to go back to that at this point. My body is no longer physically dependent on the booze. That obsession has been lifted. I don't feel that obsession with alcohol anymore. And I just don't see a reason to ever go back to drinking. Why would, everything in my life is not perfect, right? It'll never be perfect. But I'm happy. Things are going well. Why would I give that up? Why would I give up my peace of mind? My soundness of mind. That's a definition of sober, by the way, soundness of mind. Why would I give that up? Why, to socially drink? I never drank socially. I drank to get fucked up. I drank so I didn't have to feel the shitty emotions that I was feeling that I didn't know how to deal with. That I'm learning now how to process and deal with without resorting to the use of a substance and abuse of a substance. Excuse me. So anyway, I'm getting back, trying to find my rhythm again, being out of work. It's a little tough. I just got so much time right now, man, and that's a killer. Boredom is a killer. It really is. It's hard to find ways to fill my time, I've been slacking on making music, and I really got to get back to that because it's one thing I love doing, and it always makes me feel, more whole, and I just haven't been. And that's my fault, I've had opportunities to be able to, and I just haven't taken them. So, kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Just make the adjustment moving forward. Life's about making adjustments. That's all it is. We're all just kind of blundering forward, in my eyes. So, I forgot that I wanted to have a moment of silence for the still sick and suffering alcoholic, followed by a serenity prayer. So I guess we'll do that now. It's normally how I start these off, but I haven't done this in a while, so. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Yeah, I'm coming up on the most sober time I've ever had, and that is a strange feeling. Because like up to this point, I've been like, okay, I've had longer than this. This hasn't felt like anything crazy. But then I'm gonna hit that point and be like, oh shit, okay, now what? How do I approach this part of my recovery? We hit a year and a half, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Like, how does my recovery evolve and change? So I gotta say, I've really been keeping my circle really tight recently, making sure I'm only surrounding myself around the right people. I'm really starting to be more picky about who I surround myself with, and I don't mean any I'm not throwing any shade at anybody that I used to associate with. It's just like, I got my buddy Sean, I got Maddie, I got my cousin, my sister, and it's kind of it, man. Like, obviously I got my people in my group and stuff, but like, that's different. We're kind of just there for support. I'm talking about like outside of sober supports. It's like 4 people, including my sister as one of them. So, like, then I got, my buddy Cole that I'm really good friends with, that I make music with, but he lives in Maryland, so it's tough. In terms of like people that I really hang out with, my cousin's coming back from LSU, he's graduating. My sister's also graduating from TCNJ. So she's going to be back living in the house. My cousin's going to be back in New Jersey instead of down there in fucking East Bumblefuck, Louisiana. No shade for Baton Rouge. I love taking a trip down there, but I need that Jersey boy back here. So I'm going to be hanging out with them a lot more this summer, hopefully. Obviously, me and Sean are like brothers, and I'm spending a lot of time with Maddie. That's really, like, I'm realizing, like, that's more than enough as it is, to be honest. It really is. So I really am focusing on surrounding myself with people that I feel like are supportive, positive influences on me, have respect for me and my sobriety, encourage me in my sobriety, don't hold any resentments towards me for shit I did in the past when I was in active addiction. And that's tough for my family, I know. But I know my cousin doesn't, and I know my sister with, obviously I've hurt her pretty bad in the past, but with her going into the recovery, addiction counseling field, I know that she sees what I see when it comes to resentments and how they just keep you sick, and just moving on, moving forward. I know she's proud of me. She tells me she's proud of me all the time, and I love it. I actually just went to an event. She's in what's called the CRC, the Collegiate Recovery Center, and she was the president. I didn't even know this until a couple weeks ago when I went to their reunion at TCNJ, where I used to be a student, and hopefully, can finish my degree there sometime soon. And she said a couple, she said a couple words, and in that, she said, "Hey, my brother's here, and he's, at the time celebrating 6 months sober, and I'm proud of him." And that, I almost cried a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, because me and my sister were so close, man. We were so close, and then active addiction, man. It just, man, it almost, it really did destroy our relationship for a while. She didn't want to be around me like that. I don't blame her. I didn't even want to be around me. But I feel like we're back to being really close again, and I love her to death, and she's just such an amazing, amazing young woman, and I'm so lucky to have her as my sister. So I'm excited for her to graduate in about a week and a half. Excited to watch her, walk across that stage. She's earned it. She's going to graduate with a 4.0, which is absolutely bananas. She's worked her ass off. She's going to be going back to TCNJ in the fall for grad school, to get her master's. Could not be any more proud of this girl. Really, truly. But I got a busy month coming up, going to a couple Phillies games, which I'm excited about. I love my Fightins. They're on an absolute fucking heater right now. The best team in baseball. I'm not even just saying that. You can look it up on MLB.com. They have the best record in the league. So I'm going to a couple Phillies games, with one with my family, and then we're going to Citi Field to see the Phillies and the Mets play with my buddy Sean and Maddie, a couple other people. So, I'm excited. I'm gonna meet Sean's girlfriend for the first time. I'm happy to see my brother happy. That makes me, smile, knowing that he's got a pretty awesome girl in his life. He deserves it. He is one of the best people I've ever met in my entire life, and I honestly think that he's been a big part of my recovery without probably even trying to be, or, without even knowing that he is. He's been a big support for me. And then we're going to Maddie's house down in LBI for Memorial Day. Cole's coming up from Maryland with his photographer friend. Sean's going to be there with his girl. And we're just going to fucking have a great time, man. I'm cool going out to bars and shit. It doesn't bother me. Because I know why I'm there. I'm there to spend time with people that I want to spend time with and just have a good night, Enjoy the music. Enjoy spending my time with Sean and Maddie and Cole, Maybe my cousin might come too, who knows? But I'm excited. And then we're going to Florida to see her dad. And I haven't been on a vacation like that, and I haven't left like the furthest I've gone is Maryland in a long time, and that's been to record. So I haven't been outside of New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and New York since Louisiana, 2.5, 3 years ago. So, I feel like I'm. This is gonna be a test for me. I feel like I'm ready though. This is gonna be the first time I'm without going to my program for a whole week. But I was talking to Mika, my therapist today about it, and she was like, "Well, we're at a point in your treatment where we need to start transitioning to life after treatment. The whole purpose of treatment is to be able to live life without treatment." So, she thinks that I'll be okay. I think I'll be okay. I'll be with Maddie. I'll be okay. I'm not worried about it. So, yeah, I mean, that's kind of just where I'm at right now, man. Having a great time with Maddie and her family. Her mom's awesome. Her brother's awesome. I just met her dad for the first time, but he seems like a nice guy. From the little small talk that we kind of had, I think I'll get a better read on him when we go down to Florida. But he invited me down to Florida which is pretty dope after meeting him one time. So I just feel like I'm in a really good spot right now, and I just gotta remember why. And it's because of all the work I've been putting in with my recovery, and it's because I'm sober. Just gonna keep this train moving, baby. Keep the train moving. So, yeah. Really looking forward to the summer. I'm gonna have a lot more to talk about as the summer goes on. I've just kind of been, doing my thing recently, chilling like Bob Dylan, baby. So that's really it, man. It's really all I got today. Appreciate you guys tuning in for this little update video. It's MJ, aka the Heir-Apparent, grateful recovering alcoholic, and I'm gonna end this again with a moment of silence for the still sick and suffering alcoholic, followed by the serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Love y'all. Stay safe.
What up, Wonder?